So we're going to do freestyle chi sao, sticking hands, actually what we call nuk sao, as it was originally taught to me. And the biggest thing we're going to do with it is that his goal for now is to defend. And I need to not just try to fire away on him. I'm actually going to take from here and try to come in where I've sort of navigated him a bit, like I just did. And you can tell I'm kind of going sort of easy, and yet I'm really doing that. So I'm trying to get it so that I'm stuck to him, or that I'm doing some hide a hand and get a hand free that way. In other words, I don't want to be like and trying to get to him. If I'm going to come after him, I want it to be such a big gap that it's an obvious that there's a hole there, or a problem there, or an area that he's not covering that needs to be fixed. So that time he was defending, now I'll just defend. Could you tell I wasn't like, yeah, on you like that? Part of the reason why is because if we're both doing that, that's really an awful lot of force. Now, if you did a lot of force on me normally when I was doing that, I really wouldn't actually care, because I do want to be able to navigate that. At the same time, as a practitioner for myself, what I'm trying to do is take the maximum, whatever force you can give, and I want to be able to navigate that and put as little force as necessary into it. So if you were here kind of stiff and strong, I don't want it to be, I'm going to be stiff and strong back. I want it to be like, okay. And I really didn't use that much power to deal, or with a fist, whatever, to come back at you. So ideally, you're both kind of working on that at the same time. You're paying a lot of attention to making sure that you're not getting lazy about it or making mistakes while you're doing that. So I'm going to defend now, and you can attack. And of course, it'll play, like I said, a lot like hide a hand. Also, can you play it fast? Yes, you can. Depending on what you're doing, you might want to pressure test it and go a bit faster. The other thing you may, and I would recommend this highly, is to build your skill level, in which case you'll want to play it slightly slower, or quite a bit slower. You're the one hitting me, not the other way. I'm playing defensively. That's good. Oh, that's good. So I stayed with you to bring it around. Do that slower so you can see it. And correct, if I'm the one, I'll go on the attack again, and you just defend. And if I do something where you can see where you could rack me up a little bit, go ahead and do that. And notice I did not even have to use force back against you. You can go ahead But I just, here in that case, I'm thinking about like there and there. Alright, and so we'll let you guys play that, where one of you is defensive and then the other one is offensive and vice versa. Okay, so ideally you played a bit where you were playing defensively, and then you played a bit where you were kind of being the aggressor and trying to come after them while they're defending against you. And then you've also played the hide-a-hand game, and you've also played the touch-the-spot game. So then, having done a fair amount of that, and basically almost everything else we've done in the series that we've been showing you up till now, then the next step is, and I recommend you start slow at first, and I'll actually, in this, if I see a big gapping hole, I'll do something to show, so let's pretend I got one for just a second. Then I'll be, hey, you know, there's a big gapping place that you've left wide open and covered. If I don't see one, as the instructor in the position, I'll wait. Now, we both can do both, so we're both defending and we're both attacking. And you want to keep it as slow. Notice I did not speed up with him. You want to keep it as slow as what you're probably going to need to, so that, you know, the speed is going to make the hits themselves stronger. I'm massaging his heart right now. And so that was that. Nice, he's right. When all else fails, hit them with their own hand. You want to keep those fanned, so instead of being here, you want to keep those in a little bit, because when they're out there, let them out there once. There's not an easy defense. They're here. Right when it came in, notice where you are, and yeah. So if they start fanning out, what you're going to find out is that there may not be a gap up here, but there's sure going to be one down there. Which will end up leaving ones up top. And I will match it for speed. Sorry. Yep, so from there, take that arm and go, and there you come. And notice how I'm using the position here. Go ahead and go up top of that. And then you went down below with it. So that I'm trying to minimize my movement to yours. Trying to keep my body behind it. I don't want it to be that. I do want it to be, so I don't want it to be, I do want it to be that. That's why a lot of times you find that I'm like this bear, yet if you feel the limb's not like, it's not that. as though his arms fanned out again down below. So keep him in even there, it makes that difference. Nice. And you can tell the lower part will open up again. So even though it was on there, okay, I was going to say, if you've got something, at least push if you're not going to.
I had nothing. I was just reaching to see how close I was.
You can feel the. Yeah, hold that shot to the throat. You do have to be careful because obviously if you're not used to it, you might, pow, and you go, oops, I hit him in the throat, too late. The only reason any of these you're seeing me pull is because I've played this game for a very, very, very long time. Nice. Including going, when you get out of the way.
I was scissored between two forearms or with anything you were paying attention.
Nice. Sorry. Nice, yeah, that was it.
Yeah, no, but you got this, like,
that's why I did that.
broken as well.
You don't want to just go for anything that pops up without paying attention, because you'll end up trading for things you didn't want to trade for.
The elbow to the face, I just...
I don't know if that would have landed, but you would have got so busy with it that that didn't get seen, and that's solar flex straight on, full body weight behind it. So, which would then pop your head forward into the elbow. Nicer. That's what you're doing now. Is a little bit better.
Still not good enough.
Nice elbow to the ribs. All right, be careful with your partner. Oh, you okay? Part of it, notice is that when you're talking about just going fluidly, it's pretty easy for me to beat the living crap out of you. I'm not really working. You can see that on the other side over there. Sorry. So work the defense from it. That'll do you better. Notice if you're trying to hunt me down and do this at the same time, it's another level of work. A lot of people will do it and ignore the reality of the situation. That's correct. Sorry. You okay? Spring arm to the face. So I'm going to have these two gentlemen play for you here for just a moment. Work on the sticking and defending a little bit more. The opportunities will present themselves if you'll play slightly more defensively and as correctly as you can. Correct, like that. You'll see it'll make it a lot tougher for him just to open up on you like that. Yeah, and then don't try to overpower him. Let him make mistakes. Those are what you use. There you go. Let me in here with him for just a second. So go slightly slower than that for your safety. So from here, what you'll notice is I'm not pressing the issue on him, and yet he's having a hard time getting in there until he gives me something. And he will give me something sooner or later. If he wants to hit me, he will give me something. Turn around and see what happened there. So I went, and because that's where he's at, he pressed. Okay. But you want to wait for it. There's a patience part of the game of learning how to navigate that. Otherwise, you're just wailing. I mean, there's no skill. Keep those elbows in. That's better. That's better. I know it feels less to you, but it shows just where your skills at the moment.
Stick. Think more about hiding and everything else.
If I do that, I go back into the spastic, I just want to hit you thing, not like...
Well, you're not trying to hide him, you're just trying to stick.
Yeah.
But I'm going to hit, so the natural response is, oh, hit this guy.
Yeah, until you get rid of that, you're going to keep, because you keep doing this because you're worried about getting hit, and that's where you're running into trouble because now you can't flow. So you've got to be able to let go of that. Just think about it, there's high hand.
Step up here for a second. What happens every time you get stiff with it is that your partner can then either use that as a handle, keep going, your partner's either going to be able to use that as a handle and just maneuver you wherever they want you to be off of that handle, or they're going to be able to go hit, bah, 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 and you're standing there like, oh, so they've got something to navigate now. Think about your box. That was better. Yep, think about your box. That's right. Try not to lean. Keep your butt up underneath you for iron. Good position. Now you're doing better. Like that. Yep. Now when he came over, it's because he got stiff again and you gave him a place to do that. That was that stiffness, he could just around again. The other thing I'll tell you is this, when you feel them come off, so let's say you pulled something off to hit me or whatever, and I feel them come off, there's usually an opportunity there, but also, you better know where that thing is at. Because otherwise I'm going, oh yeah, I hit him in the head. So if we're playing this and I feel him come off somewhere, and I felt him come off twice on this arm, that probably means that'll make it. But I better know why it came off, because if I just assume that like from here, I'll do this and I'll get him used to my hand kind of coming off. I've done it 4 times in a row now. He didn't stop it because it felt like the others until it was too late. So that, wow, right to the head, and he didn't know it until it was landing. So that's what I'm saying about, so if it comes off, you better know why and how and where and be able to track that a bit. That's that stiffness we were talking about with you. What happens here is, there's a hit, he goes to defend that, there's a hit, there's a hit, there's a hit, there. I mean, he leaves me all those openings because he's right there. So I'll hold that out there once. It just means bang, 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 bring the other hand in there, bang. As soon as he's stiff like that, he came off, that's why I attacked in. Now he knew where my hand was, that's why he covered for it. Keep going. That's it. Now we're talking. Yeah. All right, gentlemen.